Good morning, beautiful people. How are we on this wonderful Sunday in Australia and wherever, whatever the time is in the rest of the world? As I said, I was going to come back and talk about crystals, and I thought I might this morning because why I decided to do that this morning. My husband came home with what I thought was my Christmas present the other day. He held out his hand and he had a big black rock, and I thought it was a lump of coal, but as it turned out it wasn't. So I wanted to talk about what he did have that he brought home for me, and I did a bit of research on it, and it's really interesting. And before we start talking about all the pretty crystals and what we're used to and what they're good for and how they can help us with healing, and I'm going to show you some nice specimens, I want to talk about this piece of what I thought was some lovely coal for me for Christmas, an early Christmas present. But he brought home volcanic rock. Yes, lovely. You know, some people bring home flowers, some people bring home jewelry, but I get rock, which is absolutely gorgeous. But I thought, you know what, that's lovely. And I put it in my hand and it was, I've never actually picked up a piece. I've seen it. There's a lot around here because this is volcanic soil, the Atherton Tablelands. And Australia is, by land mass, is the oldest continent in the world. And we have, I don't know if it's over 3 billion years old anyway. And the area where there's rocks like this sort of thing in Australia that are billions of years old, but in this area and around where he picked it up, they're between 10,000 and 2 million years old. So these volcanic rocks. But when I held it, that's what intrigued me. I thought, I knew it was volcanic rock, so it was old. I mean, it's not going to be volcanic rock and not be an ancient stone. But I held it and I thought, wow, that's really, I can feel that it's beautiful. And I looked into it a bit and I wrote down a few things I found out about volcanic rock, which is probably, you're going to say, well, look, this is pretty obvious, you know. But I thought this is there could be on the side of the road near where you live, and it balances your emotions. So, and it does, like when I hold it, I feel calmer. Well, the next day he brought home another piece and it was a bit bigger. And then the next day he brought home a big. So I've got the big boulder one at the front door. And I've set an intention with it to anyone that walks through the front door to balance their emotions, for emotional stability and calmness. And but I had to think about this, and I thought, wow, this is one of those nature's gifts, and it's free. Okay, so it's this beautiful aerated. I mean, I wouldn't call it beautiful. Well, it depends how you look at it. But I've definitely never felt anything like it in the way of a stone or a rock. So I wrote down grounding, emotional stability, relieves muscle tension. So this is what I think they might use when they do those. I've never had one, but you know those massages and they put the hot rocks, and encourages focus. But you know what else? It's really good as a diffuser. So I got my little oils and I put some on. And it lasts a long time. It's lovely because it's such a porous stone. It's got little holes in it. And it just lets out this beautiful scent all day in your home. So I just wanted to bring it up and mention it. So there's a free gift from Source, from Universe, that can work as a diffuser. And it balances your emotions. And it's all about setting intention, like I've said before. And doesn't matter what crystal or what stone or what rock it is. These are gifts from nature that have been bestowed upon us to help ignite the power within us. And it's all about setting intention. So anyway, I wanted to show you that my beautiful new ornament. Look at that. And you know, over at Lake Barine, they've made rock beds out garden beds out of them, you know, and it looks amazing. So yeah, so anyway, today we're going to get on with talking about crystals and using them for healing. And now crystals, you can wear them as jewelry, you can have them as ornamental, you can use them during healing sessions if you do Reiki. So when it comes to crystals, a good general rule of thumb, if you're wanting to use them for healing and with particular energy, so your chakras, that we've got over 112 chakras. There's not just the 7, but we do tend to focus on the 7, and I think it's because it's what we've been taught and it's easy, you know. But if you're sorry, if you have an issue with some part of health-wise of your body in that area, so right now I'm clearing my throat, so my throat chakra, you could wear lapis, or you could use lapis during a healing session, which is a blue stone. So we've got our crown chakra, which generally quartz crystal. Now quartz crystal is the master healer. So you could use quartz crystal on any part of your any chakra, any energy center, any part of your body for healing. It's also beautiful for connection. This is one of my favorite pieces, and I use this sometimes when I've been writing. I have it sitting next to me. If I'm doing tarot, or I just want to maybe get clearer messages, or but it's just such a beautiful, it's my favorite, and I call this my little angel, my angel crystal, because I can see angel wings in it. I don't know if you can see them there like that. Yeah, every time I look at it, I see something different, you know. And that, then, you know, there's the crystal balls, which I don't use crystal balls, but a lot of people do. They sort of look past them and see images, especially people who see a lot of it. So they're beautiful, and that's just nice to hold in your palm. Very relaxing, you know. So getting jiggy with it, you know. So, and you know, then there's nice flat pieces you can get like this, which is a nice big piece if you wanted to just lay with it on your heart chakra or something like that. And then there's all the smaller pieces too, and then you can get your beautiful clusters like these. I absolutely love these. So I always think of Superman's castle, Superman's house, you know. Actually, if you haven't had a chance, I've been doing this about a month. I guess might have been the first video I put up. When I was young, I've told you about it before, I used to work at the Crystal Caves in Athens, and it's a beautiful museum full of the most beautiful crystals from all around the world. Have a look if you can. Please have a look, because there's some beautiful pieces in there, and yeah, if you like, you know, beautiful specimens like this, it's really amazing. Yeah, have a look at that one. And oh, and can I just ask, before I get into the others, if you could like, share, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, so moving on. So our third eye, okay, amethyst is a beautiful, I love this, look at this. It's really good for relaxation, amethyst. It's really good for helping with heighten your psychic abilities if you're trying to grow that, and just intuition. Okay, so, and there's lovely little, I love tumble stones, and they're a great place to start. It's affordable. You can get yourself a nice little, you know, they're nice and handy, and they're really good for placing on the body, because they're not heavy, and that sort of thing. And then your throat chakra. Okay, so there's sodalite, lapis. I'll just put some on my hand. And blue topaz is beautiful too. This is a little piece of blue topaz. I don't know if you can see it there. I went to the Yungaburra markets. That's the chai seed. We don't want you to have that. So this, from my breakfast. Sorry. So this is blue topaz, and there was a man at the markets, and he had a big bucket of them, and he was selling, gave me a handful. So yeah, you can get stones like that too, you know. You just go around to your local markets and have a look. And, with practicing Reiki and things like that, energy healing, you can do it yourself. You don't need, so when you're doing energy healing, say you're in meditation and you're connecting, whether with your higher self, your soul self, the angels, ask them during meditation or at the end of your, or beginning of your meditation. I do it at the end because I get very sleepy after that. I need to just relax my energies after I do that. But I ask the angels to balance my energies, align and balance my energies so that I can have a nice free flow of energy throughout my body. And you can just feel it going through and down all your energy centers. And you can do that every day. You can do that when you feel you need it, okay? So then we go to the heart chakra, okay? Heart, rose quartz. Okay, so the heart chakra is green with a pink center. So it's, I love this heart. I'll just show you that. But this is a lovely little piece of rose quartz you could use. And malachite is another one for the heart chakra that I absolutely love. Now you can buy this all in beautiful jewelry as well. And then you can wear it all the time, especially rose quartz or malachite. You can get beautiful pendants or beaded necklace and you can wear that near your heart all the time. For cleansing crystals, I would suggest just running them underwater. But did you know that you can put them in the full moon as well, and the sun can give them a charge up, but just don't leave them in the sun too long because the sun has a way of fading them in that. I would probably just a touch if you wanted to do that. But this master crystal here can cleanse. Just put your other crystals with it. Okay, so that can cleanse other crystals. Aventurine is also another nice green stone for the heart chakra. Okay, so our solar plexus. So our solar plexus is all about our confidence and our willpower and courage, and a beautiful stone that citrine, really good for abundance, financial abundance. Yeah, it's just, I used to always have a little piece of this near my till at work when I had my shop. So yeah, you can see how beautiful it is, little honeybee. And don't forget the mookaite. And this comes in different colours too, but yeah, that's a beautiful stone, that little tombstone. Then our sacral chakra, okay, which is all about passion and creativity and sexuality. So, okay, so a nice orange sort of stone, or like jasper. So as I was saying, mookaite is another form of jasper, but jasper comes in all different colours as well, okay. Now with our base chakra, our root chakra, that's our basic needs. And I've got a couple of stones here. So hematite, okay. So it's really good for grounding. It's a shiny little metallic silver looking. I don't even know if you can see the colour well there. And then black obsidian. And I've got a really dark piece of jasper there. But you could also use this. This is cost, I saw a massive piece of this the other day. Someone had, they were selling it. But black tourmaline. And black tourmaline is very good for all of those things and good for the base chakra, but it's also good for protection, okay? So from psychic attack, not that you need it, you know, in your world there's no such thing as any of that, but it is a good protection stone or rock as well. So that's a few of the different stones and rocks. Another good one I wanted to mention was opals. So I used to work in with opals in a beautiful opal store, and Australia actually we have 90% of the world's precious opals. So it's a really good stone for connecting you to all of the chakras, because it somehow manages to, it's a non-crystalline, so it's not like other crystals. It's formed from silica-rich water that seeps into the cavities and cracks in the stone and settles in there and then fossilizes and over millions of years. So it's but it's beautiful. And if you haven't seen, this is a little pendant I've got on here. This is white opal. You probably can't see the colors in it. Sunlight's really good to see, but it's actually got a lot of orange, iridescent orange and iridescent green. So, you know, there's the sacral creativity, the heart chakra with the green. It's also got flecks of purple and blue. So, and it's white, so it's crown chakra. So it's opal. If you can get one with all the colors, it's sort of summing up all your energy centers, and it's really good for balancing your energy. It's really good for intuition, creativity, big one for creativity. So opal's a beautiful stone to have and to wear, especially solid stones. Just be aware that with opal there are triplets and doublets, which are layers of opal put together. They look amazing, but you can't get them wet and things like that because they can fall apart because they're glued. So you want solid opal, and there's different types in different grades, but this is white opal. And then there's boulder opal, which is our Queensland stone, which is got an ironstone back. So there's you can look up information on opal, but I did want to mention it because you don't hear many people talk about opal. And it's our Australian, it's found in other places of the world, but 90% of the precious is found here. So it is nice to have a piece. Even if you just had a specimen of it, a boulder opal or something in your home. And the other thing I wanted to mention today is, I'll show you this one too. I got this at a market. Look at that, big quartz crystal. It's not in the same grade with the clarity, but it's just beautiful and it's very powerful. Yeah. So one of the girls came visiting and they said, "Whoa, Mum, that's a powerful crystal, that one." Yeah, she could feel the power of it. So the other thing I wanted to mention, this isn't a crystal, it's not a stone, and it's not a rock, is seashells. Seashells. Now, when we go out on the reef, we're going to see a lot of seashells, but seashells around your home are really good too. They're actually energy balancing and good for calming and relaxing and just looking at them actually. So I don't know why I just felt like I needed to bring that up. Maybe because we're going out on the reef soon, who knows? But that's pretty much all today. I just wanted to go through. I wanted to tell you about my lump of coal for Christmas, my beautiful volcanic rock. And it smells, because I've got oils on it now. So it's just beautiful. So it's a really good idea if you would like that. And you can put a piece at your front door like I did. Have a look at that first video with the crystal caves and see what you think of it. And I hope that you have, I hope I didn't make your coffee go cold. I'll see if mine. No, we're doing well today. And I did tell you about these last time. I'll just quickly show you again. So the Crystal Bible and Prescriptions, written by the same lady, Judy Hall. Okay, so this has even got mookaite in it. I didn't even know, I didn't look. But you can look this up for crystals, their properties and healing properties and what to look for. And this one tells you, so if you've got an ailment or something, you can look it up and it'll tell you what stone to use. Okay, and it's all about, like I said, the power comes from within you. And setting intentions, and then you're connecting, combining that power with yours and the crystal. So it's not all, the crystal's got all the power. No, it's a combined, it's like everything in life. When we join our energies with other positive and we create something amazing, and that's when we do healing. And it's all about believing and trusting. So yes. So that's wonderful. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I showed you all the bits and pieces. And you don't have to go out and spend a fortune on crystals. You can, start off with some lovely little tumble stones. Like that mookaite I showed you the other day. I love that. And it's a small little piece. It's tiny, but I love it. So Okay, so like, share, subscribe, love yous, and I will be back soon with some more fun messages. Okay, see ya.